Am I wrong for being annoyed at my fiance choosing my ring? Background, I am a goldsmith and have been for over 10 years. I work part-time for an independent jeweler as a bench jeweler and also have my own business where I do commissions and repairs. My fiance openly admits he knows nothing about jewelry but supports my work. My fiance, 38 male, and I, 36 female, have been together for 5 years. We have discussed marriage at length, and during these conversations, I have said when it comes to engagement rings, because of my job, I know exactly what I want. We also talked about how I want to make it because then I know it is exactly what I want and is also handcrafted and not a cast mount. This is how most rings are made these days, which is fine for most people. It would also be substantially cheaper for me to make it compared to buying one from a jeweler. So I could also have more ring for less money. As this was my literal job, he agreed and said it wasn't traditional but sounded romantic at the same time. On New Year's Eve, he proposed. I, of course, was delighted and said yes. Then he pulled out a ring. I could tell by the box it wasn't a cheap placeholder ring to wear whilst I made the real thing. It's also exactly what I didn't want. A solitaire round diamond on a cast white gold band. That's your style, great. I've made enough of them over the years, but it's everything I didn't want. I didn't see anything on the night, obviously, but the next day I sat him down and asked him why he bought it when we agreed on me making it. He said it was traditional for the man to get the ring and that I should be happy he got me one. He also spent 4 times what it would have cost me to make it. Short version is, I told him while I appreciate him wanting to be romantic and get me a ring, this isn't what I wanted. The cost is disproportionate and we should look at returning it and having me make another ring. He called me ungrateful and I should just be glad he got me a ring and that I would learn to like it. I'm the one wearing it, I need to like it. This is something I tell every person I do a ring commission for and he knows this. He agreed to return it. Thankfully he can and let me source the materials and stones to make up the ring, but he's really not happy. So am I the asshole here? Here's the thing. Women have to wear these forever. I get it, you want to be a provider, you want to surprise her, all that. But her input is the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter if you think it's ugly. If she wants it a certain way, get it for her. She offered you a cheaper alternative. Why wouldn't you take that? You're both talking and no one's listening. This marriage is a recipe for disaster. If he doesn't care about this in the beginning of a ring, wait till you get married.
Junie, listen up.
Am I the asshole for making my friend's cat lose weight while she is in my care?
Junie?
Junie, do you feel attacked? Oh, it gets better. Ready? My friend's cat, Juno, has always been massive.
Okay, is this one of my friends?
Well beyond the level of a usual, oh, that cat is kind of fat. She was an absolute tank, and she is not even a large breed, just a standard regular cat. Whenever someone would point out that she was bigger than she should be, my friend would get annoyed and insist she is just that way and is perfectly healthy. My friend started a global mobility assignment at her job that involved living in Europe for a year, and she asked me if I would take care of Juno while she was gone, which I agreed to. She walked me through all the cat matters before she left and told me that Juno was free-fed, and I just needed to keep her feeder topped off so that she could access dry food at any time. The feeder wasn't on a timer, it was just a bottle that dispensed food with gravity whenever the tray got empty. I told her that I really wasn't comfortable letting her have constant access to food at her weight. She said, paraphrasing here, look, she's still my cat and you don't get to make the call. Either tell me you're going to stick to the plan or tell me you won't and I'll find someone else. I agreed, but admittedly I wondered if I would be able to follow through on my word for a whole year. I lasted, maybe a week. Having Juno around all day made it extremely clear how much she was suffering because of her weight. She struggled to even hop up on my couch. I took the feeder away and started feeding her 1 can of wet food in the morning and 1 can in the evening. I work from home, so the adjustment period of constant yowling for food was an absolute nightmare. But it worked. She is now 14 pounds after 8-ish months on my way or the highway diet. And she's much more energetic and mobile. Even her breathing sounds better. My friend, though, started to notice the weight loss in the photos that I've been sending her and is extremely upset that I went behind her back after I agreed to the free feeding. She demanded that I go back to the old way. I said, honestly, I'm sorry, but I don't really think I can bring myself to do that. I was like, I know that when she is back with you, that you are going to do what you will. But while she's under my roof, I can't just let her gorge herself on food all day when it's clear that she can eat normally and lose weight. That would be neglect. My friend called around to see if any other friends or family would take her for the remaining 4-ish months, but no one wanted to / could. She is extremely upset with me and says that when she is back in the US, she is taking her cat back and the friendship is over. It hurts, but I accept it. I know I went back on my word, and it must feel very bad for my friend to be across the world with this situation totally out of her hands. But I don't know if I can bring myself around to thinking that I actually did something morally wrong. I welcome any and all feedback. Lay it on me.
Oh my gosh. There's so much going on that is so relatable.
I
Definitely not the asshole. I think that it's so important to like make sure that your pets are getting the proper health maintenance that they need. And her saying that, I noticed that Juno maybe can't jump on a couch. That's not great. That's not great for a cat. Like, cats can usually jump like 12 feet.
They can jump so
yeah,
high.
Yeah, they can jump really high. And like Junie, if she wants to, she doesn't ever want to, but she can jump pretty high because she's at like a
Pretty high.
healthy weight. Judy, what do you have to say? Because I know you love your food and your treats.
Meow.
She's not so happy.
Husband attacks in his sleep. I haven't slept in days. I'm 24 female and my husband is 24 male. We are happily married. We've been married a year, known each other since 2018, officially dated all 2022, and then married 2023. We have a history like a rom-com. I am very in love with this man. He's not abusive or anything. There's literally nothing wrong. I'm just at the end of my rope with this and I have no idea what to do. This is a vent, but I'm open to any advice. So my husband has always had trouble sleeping. He complains that he hardly ever has dreams. I'm talking 1 to 4 dreams per year. He also can talk, blink, and act like he's awake aside from actually getting up. This has made for some funny times as I'm a light sleeper. In the middle of the night, I'll ask him something and he'll say the most random and funniest things. He has no memory of this in the morning and we laugh about it. This is the actual issue though. He will also flail his arms and smack me in the face. He's a mechanic / gym rat. His arms are like meaty weights. It's not intentional. I once smacked him back in surprise and he literally laughed, then whined that it's raining too hard and turned over. He's not awake or aware of any of this. He'll apologize like crazy the next morning and do anything to make up for it. It hurts to see him so upset at something he can't control. This man has literally come home from work to take care of a spider for me. I know he doesn't mean to, but gosh dang it, I want to sleep without being attacked. All caps. We've tried separate sleeping, but I hate that. We're snugglers, and he will come to me in the middle of the night, or I will go to him. We joke about who will do it first. I just don't know what to do. This is the 3rd night he's smacked me and then taken the blanket. I'm exhausted. I'm actually desperate for advice. The next plan is a straitjacket. Please help.
Oh, bless her. Okay, as a fellow, very, very, very light sleeper, I can understand her. Probably just like she's at her wit's end, right? She's
I'd
like,
be losing
what
it.
the heck do I do? I need sleep, but I love this man. In my head, I was like, obviously just different rooms. Like, no duh. But
Duh.
I mean, they've already tried that. I get the snuggling thing, but also again, as a fellow light sleeper, like if I'm snuggling with someone, it's all cute and fine. But then I'm like, okay, now I need you to not touch me while I sleep because I'm such a light sleeper. So
I'm the same way.
If she's that close to him, and he's like yanking this stuff and hitting her, either they need to like try a week of sleeping in separate rooms and really commit to it so that she can actually, like, she's at her wit's end. What are you going to continue to not sleep?
No.
For
you
the
need
sake
to
of
sleep.
cuddling? Like, you've been with each other long enough where you're like going to be comfortable, hopefully, or, you know, cuddle and then go sleep. But I feel like they should put 2 beds together, have your own
Yes.
bedding,
Yes.
put a pillow in between you if he's, I do that all the time
I
too. I put
know.
pillows in between me and my whoever I'm next to.
That was my idea too. Like those, you know, those pregnancy pillows where they're like
Yes.
really big and long.
Yeah.
Just like have a divider.
Yeah. I feel like it's, what's that marriage advice? It's like have separate bathrooms if you
Yeah.
can afford it. And it's like something you're able to do if you're building your own home, 2 separate toilets or whatever. I feel the same about beds. It doesn't have to be 2 separate beds, but like 2 separate situations so that you're both covered.
Yeah.
But she's going to listen to this and be like, girl, I told you he's smacking me. He's like a long, meaty hand hitting me across the pregnancy pillow. I don't think you're the asshole, but I don't think anybody's an asshole in this situation.
No.
He can't help himself.
No.
And I can't imagine how he's waking up every morning like in anguish over the fact that he's hurting or keeping this, you know, his partner up at night. That sucks. But
I also can't imagine he feels rested the next day. Can you like imagine like sleeping with your eyes open?
I sleep like 5 to 6 hours a night, which is really bad. But if I'm sleeping in the
What?
same bed I know it's not, I have my own sleep problems. See, so this is actually, I know you didn't even know that, but I relate. So if I'm sleeping next to somebody, that goes down to like 2 to 3 hours. It's really bad. So I
Oh
feel
my
her frustration, but I also feel her like, I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But I'm so frustrated. You just can't operate as a regular human
No.
being every day if you can't sleep. So girl, have your cuddles and then
Bye.
go to a, yeah. Or just even like 2 beds in the, like have him sleep on a day bed and you're in the real bed or something. Try
That's-
out not missing each other, but missing each other enough to be able to sleep.